The story of the 2021 and 2022 TPC Spring Classic pretty much ended up the same way, as one player was able to see a different golf course than the rest of the field, and that player was Brian Augustinowicz, aka Augie, as Augie was able to take home the prize in a dominating fashion in 2021. In 2022, he held on. This is the story of the 2023 TPC Spring Classic on the Love Golf Tour. The Love Golf Tour presents the Road to the Tour Championship. And this stop is a major championship on the Love Golf Tour as we go through the Quad Cities for the third annual TPC Spring Classic. And for the third year in a row, this championship will be held at the TPC Deere Run in Silvis, Illinois. Players will be facing a 7,000 plus yard par 71 course with a stroke of 74.7 and a slope of 135, where a lot of history has happened throughout the year. Players like Jordan Spieth getting their first victory, legends like Zach Johnson getting a victory, I think, back-to-back. Also, major champions such as Bryson DeChambeau getting in the winner's circle, making a clutch putt on 18. So a lot of action has been seen on this course, and especially on that finishing hole, and with our tour being no exception. Weather just perfect today, a little cool to start the day, but we'll be going up to 80 degrees. Winds actually maybe perhaps a little less than perfect, gusting 15 to 25 miles an hour. Conditions are firm and fast as we take a look from the aerial view here and making our way down to the practice area to see our players finishing, preparing. Firm and fast conditions can be achieved when the condition of the just outside is cool, and we don't have to worry about the grounds drying out and grass dying. So the conditions really firm, probably the firmest you'll see all year besides for the tour event here, assuming they don't get any rain. So we take a look at the final cuts, and I think we're about ready to head down to the first tee for the introduction to the players.
First time's 8:36.
On the tee, Pierce McPartland. Probably the most festive dressed here. Looking forward to the Spring Classic, and that is not his best shot, but it will do in the fairway. Just about 260 off the tee. I think he got under that one a little bit, folks. Next on the tee, the 2022 Love Golf Tour Scratch Champion, Bukes. Here with his matching yellow hat, pants, shaft, and I understand he even has a yellow putter today. And that is a great drive just on the left side of the fairway, perfectly placed. He is happy with that one. Most important thing he's looking for is his tee. Introducing the 2021-2022 TPC Spring Classic champion, Brian Augustinowicz. Augie goes for his three-peat. He will keep the helmet for life. Augie has really done a lot of work here in the off-season, adding a really accurate, longer driver to the bag here, and this drive is no exception. Just powerful drive down the left center of the fairway, cutting back. Beautiful drive here to start the championship by Augie. Now on the tee, Brian Kovac. Kovac making his debut. The Love Golf Tour Masters International two-man with a good showing with his partner on Team Germany as they led after 9 holes but just couldn't finish the deal. Kovac looking to get off to a good start in the championship. And that is off to the left. That is not his best swing. Kovac is a very straight driver. That was a little out of character. Now on the tee, Nick Pollitt. 2022 mid-season net champion and also the Masters International champion in 2022 with Team Italy. He's looking just on this left side. And that was very out of character. Hard draw there by Nick. Now introducing the 2021-2022 Love Golf Tour champion, Kirk Heil on the tee. Kirk is not coming in great form, coming off of a state mid-am tournament back in Chicago that he really underperformed at. But that is a great drive to start the round. Just peeling off a cut off that left bunker. Looks like he'll be in good shape. Now on the tee is Smitty, making his Love Golf Tour debut. Perhaps the longest hitter in the tournament here. Seeing this course for the first time, making his Love Golf Tour debut. A lot of pressure here on the first tee for Smitty. He hits a great drive just up the right side, just left of that trap that's about 265. Very well placed drive to start the round here by Schmidt. Now on the tee, making his Spring Classic debut, the 2023 Spring Classic, Mac Ganella. Now drive. Here, the Spring Classic. Very excited to see the course for the first time. That is a rather straight driver of the golf ball. It does have some power, and that is a solid drive just down the middle there. Very good. And we now move forward to the second hole. Second hole played a big part in this championship, as it was caused its first victim of the tournament and pretty much knocked him out, as Kirk lost 2 balls on this second hole of the championship and pretty much shot himself out of it. Even though it was 36 holes, he never really came back into this championship after this hole, losing balls down that right side inside the deep grass, but he never really recovered. We forward in the action to one of the featured hole, the 12th hole, and this is Pollock. A decent shot just up the left side. Not terribly happy there, but and Ganella off with a decent start. He is in the early lead here in the championship. This is a 6-iron on this par 3. We have a clutch shot alert, folks. Clutch shot alert. And that is just to about 9 feet. About 9 feet, setting up a chance for birdie. And Kirk wasting no time getting in there. Very frustrated. Pretty much already out of the tournament already. As is Schmitty. We understand that Augie hit it to about 2 feet on this hole, and the group in front of them, and made birdie. Pretty much within the leather for Augie. Very impressive shot there. And we move forward in the action to take a look at the 14th hole. One of the easier holes on the golf course, but not playing all that easy today, as it was straight back into the wind. This is actually the 13th hole, about a 418-yard hole. And take a quick look at Pierce going up and rolling his putt in. That was good for his par. And we go back to the fairway. You see a couple balls in front of Ganella there. Ganella didn't hit his greatest drive, but he's able to get this ball up by the green, and that would lead to a decent hole. And we go to our featured hole, the 16th hole, a 148-yard hole where a lot of drama has happened over the years on the Love Golf Tour, and this year looks to be no exception. Pin placed all the way in the back center, and there is a ridge as we just take a look at this amazing setting right next to, I believe this is called the Rock River. This is a river that runs into the Mississippi with several tributaries that kind of make their way, and some marshland that make their way, just creep their way into the golf course. So you just take a look here. Just a great view. We make our way back down to the tee. This hole has had a lot of drama over the years, and with this pin placement today, it's very subtle. It doesn't look that difficult, but there is trouble behind. There is a ridge about 25 feet short of the hole that makes it very difficult to get the ball close to the hole. As we take a look at Canella on the tee at +4. He makes a good strike there, and we move forward and see Schmitty on the same hole as well. It's a great view of this hole. Pollock has had a very rough go. He had a very rough go on the last hole. Canella hit a chip shot to about 2 feet, and Pollock thought he was finally going to be able to catch Canella. And Canella hit a pitch shot to about 2 feet, and Pollock just hit two really uncharacteristic pitch shots. Usually a very good pitcher of the golf ball, and moved him down. Here's just Kirk, the only one in the group to hit this green. He hits into that ridge and rolls all the way back about 40 feet short. You see that ball about 40 feet short there that Kirk just hit. That ridge right there, let me put this arrow on Kirk's ball, that ridge right there, just a few feet in front of me, spun off of. It's tough to get it there. So through 18 holes, we had Canella at 75, Pierce at 76, Pollock 77, Kovac 78, and Augie. Augie back there just drifting. He's in the we would say right behind the leaders. Here's one of the clutch drives of the day. Canella off to a great start here on the 20th hole of the day. Carries that bunker on the right. Just a monster drive. Pierce, is he going to try to foul that up with a big one of his own? That was just a very smooth drive just to get it down there. Kirk looking at that same line as Canella. And his ball just catches that trap. It's about 290 to carry that trap. He carries it, does not carry it. Canella gets over by a foot, and we'll see here Pierce with his layup. Canella with just about 230 yards into this par 5. He's got a hybrid, and he's trying to draw it in there. It is drawing and just catches that front greenside bunker. So we move forward and watch Pierce now hit his third. He has an eye on this closely. It hits that bank. You see the red arrow here. It is rolling down that bank. Pierce looking closely, and it does stop. It just does stop there. Very fortunate that Pierce avoids a major disaster here on the par 5. There's Augie now with his third. Augie, as we said, if he was a NASCAR driver, he is just following the leaders, saving on gas, staying in their rear view mirror. He's a 2-time champion. They know he's there waiting for them. And Canella with his third, and that is just too hard. Wow. Kind of a missed opportunity here by Canella, getting way down there. Now does not have a good birdie try. And Pierce trying to putt from this bank. He leaves that a good 15 feet short, and that would lead to a bogey for Pierce. Very strange play with the putter there. Here's Augie now for birdie. This would be a huge putt if he can get this to fall. Just a slight misread, a decent speed. Now here's Canella for his par, net birdie. And that is just on the low side. Just on the low side. Now we go forward to the 22nd hole of the day, the 4th hole, a par 4. A long par 4 with a tree in the middle of the fairway that looks over this bluff. Another one of the great views on this golf course. It looks back towards the 2nd hole, and this hole is playing about 460 yards, say, because it's just a giant green, and the pin was about 20 back. And this tree in the middle of the fairway is about 270 yards. Unfortunately, Pierce hit right into the tree, right underneath it, not able to advance the ball on the green, and Kirk got his ball way down there. Unfortunately, his approach shot leaks to the right and just misses and rolls down that bank to the right. Now we have Canella, as we see there. Now we have Canella with his second shot, longest off the tee again in this group. This has been the story of the day, just to get through this section and build on his lead. And Ganella able to hit that approach shot on this 470 yard par 4 to just there, about 20 feet, setting up a chance for birdie. A very fine shot on one of the more difficult holes on the golf course. That will set up that birdie chance. Just a really fine golf shot. As we see here, just rolls it past a little too hard. Augie now for par. He has a couple lip outs already on this back, the second 18, and this is another lip out. This is the story of the day. Augie cannot get the putts to fall. You gotta wonder what would happen if he could roll just a couple in and out. Ganella for par, and he's able to par one of the hardest holes on the course today. So we skip forward to see our first foursome, as Kovac has given several back. He was started only 4 back to this second 18, and unfortunately he's off to a rough start here. Not much going on, unfortunately, today for Bukes. He shot himself out of the tournament in the first round, and not a great start here in the second round, unfortunately. And Pollock is holding it together. Last year, he closed it on Augie on the second 18, and he looks to be doing it again here. And Schmitty, same thing as Kirk and Bukes, just kind of shot himself out of this thing in the first round. But enjoying the day with his friends, and a beautiful day on a PGA Tour level golf course. That was another big drive. We skip forward to 7. The hottest player on the course on the second 18 is Kirk. He's even through the first 6 holes, and this would set up a par on this hole. So plugging along at even here on the second 18. We go to Augie for a clutch shot alert. Can this be the time that Augie gets back in the tournament? This ball is getting better and better, using the slope to about 8 feet. That would set up for birdie. Augie would go on to make that birdie putt and gain several shots on the field here. Matt is still our leader right now, and not his most convincing swing there. Perhaps a little shaken by that great shot by Augie. Go to Pierce now. He has himself a 6 iron, and it struck well. I'm afraid that it is a little short, but it is looking good. It got better. As we have 9 holes to play, Ganella maintains his lead, actually expands his lead to 3 at 4 over. Pollock moving up to 7 over. Only 3 back. Pierce 3 back. Augie is lurking there at 5 back, and Kovac is pretty much out of the tournament now after that front 9, after a really fine showing in that first 18. His first time seeing this course. Really had a great first 18. Unfortunately, looks like he's going to have to wait till next year, like the rest of the players that are out of it. We move forward to this featured hole again. This is the par 3 12th. And Kirk not happy. Somehow it gets up onto the front of the green, and he would go on to make par from there. Ganella with a very rough start here on the back on the second 18 on 10 and 11. And this is not going to help his cause as he yanks it way to the left. He would go on to find that. And make a net par here. Now Pierce is just 1 back. And that is a decent shot, getting up close to the green. Rolls up on the front. Very fine shot. And this hole, and Augie's coming off of a very poor hole on the last hole. He made an 8 on the last hole. Pretty much the wind out of the sails for Augie. He did have some magic here on the last time he played it, where he did birdie it. He hit it to just a couple feet. He is thinking he's going to do that again here right now. And it just comes up short. Everything is just inches away for Augie, it seems, today. Now, after several pars and a birdie by Pierce, we move back to our featured hole. Just a couple to go. You can see Ganella's lead is now just 2. Pollock has been able to hold on. He is through a hole ahead of Ganella. He is 2 back. Pierce is 2 back as well, and you can see Augie is pretty much out of the championship, unfortunately. With 7 back with just 3 to play. As we will watch the shots come in here, Augie on the tee first. He has a 9-iron. The wind has now stopped, and you see Augie's ball bounce through the green there. And Pierce steps up. And the ball is in the air. And this ball hits into that bank that we discussed earlier today and does not get over it. Very difficult pin location today. It's difficult. It doesn't seem that difficult when you're looking at it, because you say, well, there's plenty of green there, but if you land it pin high, you run the risk of going into some deep shrubs back there. And we take a look at Kirk's ball, and Kirk hits that same bank he hit in the first round. Not learning his lesson. You see the ball rip back a good 20 feet off that bank. Just needs to take more club. He's not hitting enough club. It's the story of the day. Now Ganella with his lead, 2-shot lead coming into this hole, starting to feel the pressure, taking this time here on the tee, starting to feel the pressure. And that is the worst shot we've seen him hit all day, folks. Unfortunately, as he's getting closer to sealing this championship, you can just tell he's moving a little bit differently. Foul throughs are a little bit different. As we take a look at the signature hole here along the river for the last time today, the last time of 2023 from above. Ganella struggling, and now he pitched it through the green. Pitched it through the green on this par 3. Really struggling on this hole. Can Ganella pull it off, get an up and down, and retain his lead? As the sun is setting here on the 2023 TPC Spring Classic on the Love Golf Tour, the drama is rising. The drama is rising. Ganella through the green. Looking to maintain this lead. And that is not his best. This is not his best golf here, folks. He's kind of melting here under this pressure. First to putt from down below is Kirk, as we said, that spun off this bank. He's trying to feed it up on that right side and just totally underread. That was a good 4 or 5 feet underread. Pierce should have been able to go to town there. Really has a chance to close in on Ganella's lead. It's the same line as Kirk, and he didn't learn anything from Kirk's putt. He's just about the same exact putt. You'd think that he would have taken that gift of a read. He does not. Ganella now trying to maintain his lead. And not a great putt there. That is a very poor hole by Ganella. His lead is almost erased now, folks. His lead is erased, in fact. And Pierce misses his short putts. Oh, boy. That is a bogey 3 putt by Pierce from about 30 feet. And Augie continues with his poor putting today. That is the reason he's not going to win this championship. Kirk trying to hold this round together today. As we move forward to the 18th, we understand that Pollock has just finished. He had a 2-shot lead very quickly, and he made a 9 on the last hole to go all the way down to plus 14. We know this is a difficult hole, but a player of Nick's caliber to make a 9 is just almost unbelievable. So Ganella comes to this hole now with a 2-shot lead. If he could have just pulled off a 7, we would have been tied going into the last hole. Just unbelievable that happened to Nick. It's a shame it happened to such a good fella. But he will hope now that he could still have a chance in the clubhouse. Pierce tied with him on the 18th hole. Needs a good drive here, and he sprays this off to the right. Unfortunately, it is very heavily wooded there over on 18. Kirk now on the tee with nothing really to play for, except he has the best gross round of the day. He needs a double bogey to beat that by one. But he pulls that drive way left, and now here is our tournament leader. Our tournament leader with a fine drive just up the left. I'm sorry, just up the right center. Perhaps going to be blocked by the trees, unfortunately. That might be a pitch out. And now here is the two-time champion looking to come home with a little bit of glory. And he pulls his drive just down the left side. We make our way down 18. You can see the 17th hole here as the grandstands are beginning to be built for the PGA Tour event that's coming up in July, the John Deere Classic. As we take a look at this 18th hole from above, 463 yards, just a dramatic hole that connects back to that 17th fairway. Not really in play for the 18th hole. Sometimes layups from the 17th can end up there. This bunker is what forces the players to either lay off their drive a little bit or try to sneak it between that and that tree that overhangs. Augie kept his drive out to the left, and you can see he advances the ball down just towards the middle of the fairway. You can see this dramatic wall here in green. The green pitches all towards the water, so you don't really have to take that pin on. The ball will feed. If you remember that highlight we showed with Zach Johnson clinching the tournament, he landed on the front right of the green and it rolled all the way back to that back left. And now Pierce with his approach shot. That just comes up short. Pierce's ball just crawls up onto the fringe. So you see that yellow ball there in the middle. And now we see Ganella with his third shot over on the right side. We'll get a little arrow here. As you can see Ganella ready to perhaps clinch the championship with a two-shot lead. That water lurking right in front of him. And he lands it just over the hole, taking the water out of play. Very smart play with a two-shot lead. Mitigating his damage there, folks. There's plenty of room behind this green. Taking the water out of play. Now Augie just making his way home here. Here is Pierce to put the pressure on Ganella. This would be a crucial shot if he can get this, somehow get this to roll in. Trailing by 2. This would be for his net par. On its way. That is just a brutal lip out for Pierce. That is just a brutal lip out. That would have given him a net par, forced Ganella to get up and down from the back of the green. Instead, he misses that putt. That is just a brutal lip out. That is a late in the day lip out. People not knowing how to put the flagstick in, maybe. That thing went 360. It's a shame that did not stay in and force Ganella to get up and down. So now he's got 3 shots to win. There's not a bad pitch there. It's about 8 feet past. You can see the ball just rolls out to the right at the end, being pulled towards that Rock River. Everything on this property rolls towards the Rock River. You see Augie just finishing up here as well. Ganella knows that every shot counts here coming down the stretch if he's got to capture the helmet for 2023. Just about 6-7 feet here, getting his line just right. This ball is going to go to our right, his left, and he hits a solid putt right in the center of the hole. He had 2 putts to win. And Ganella just needed 1 putt to win the 2023 Spring Classic. It's tradition on the Love Golf Tour. Each player bows to each other to say a fine round was played and we enjoyed your company. We head down to the clubhouse now for the ceremony, for the presentation of the medals and the interviews with the champion of the 2023 Spring Classic.
Recount? I don't know. Do we? I don't think so.
So this is your second Love Golf Tour event, and now you're a champion. And a major champion.
Where's that jacket?
How does it feel?
Fit me.
Oh, we
Fit
got a
me.
helmet coming to you.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a little shot of you wearing the helmet tonight at the casino.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you for the
Well
invite.
played. Well played.
All competitors. Oh,
I'd like
yeah.
to crown you as we do on the Love Golf Tour. There's only one medal there, but you will be receiving 2 medals. Give a round of applause, boys.
Everybody gets a round.
Some good shots today. All right, congratulations.
Great winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Great winner.
Congratulations to all of our participants. We hope everyone had a wonderful time and stay up to date on thelovegolftour.com.